Slamdown is sponsored by Body Slam and Jam and WWE Smack Talk. Welcome to another episode of Slamdown Live. We're going to be covering everything Raw. No, we're not. We're going to be covering everything SmackDown. Oh, God. I've already started the day saying the wrong show. Now, I know people keep saying, Raw's the number one brand. You know, it's been years. You know, people have always said Raw's number one, but now, especially this year, it really isn't. SmackDown has done amazing since the draft. Because again, it was another quality show, and I think the WWE need to be very careful. If they continue to go in the way it's going with Raw, and Impact Wrestling keeps going the way they're going, in time, I'm not going to say now, but in time, the Impact ratings will start getting close. The reason I say that, because of everything that's going on, the new associations, you know, there's going to be a lot of new stuff at the tapings that are coming, so there's a lot of growth. But anyway, I don't want to go too much into Impact. You know, I want to keep this to the WWE. I'm disappointed about WrestleMania. The reason is, I'm always going to be disappointed with the booking, you know, with the way Raw is used. So it's not the booking, it's the match placements. It's putting matches in weird places. It's, the cruiserweights ain't been great, let's be honest. But, you know, you've got Austin Aries and Neville, who have really, really pushed the X Division up more than what it was. And you've got them as a kickoff match, as the first kickoff match. I'm sorry, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with Samoa Joe being in Andre the Giant Battle Royal. It's... Maybe the problem is because there's so many titles. That's the problem. Because if they had the show where it was all just titles, the whole show, people wouldn't be that invested in it, because you haven't got that rivalry, you haven't got that angle. I'm trying to figure out, though, why they've booked it how they have. I know I'm going to be doing a WrestleMania prediction shows, but that's just predictions. But overall, I'm just not impressed. I don't think it's going to be the best WrestleMania there is. I don't think it's going to be anything special. I think it's going to be the same as previous WrestleManias, where lackluster, and in some parts, if we're brutally honest, boring. You know, I'm not happy with The Undertaker taking on Roman Reigns. I know people have said no, but I would have actually rather seen Braun Strowman against Undertaker. You know, because that would have had more meaning, because two giants against each other. I wouldn't have been too mad if Braun Strowman beat the Undertaker, as long as it was a sort of a match like Big Show and Braun Strowman had. Because in that way, I won't be too upset about that. You know, because it would be a hell of a match. But with Roman Reigns, with all the heat and dislike on the guy, I think it would be a terrible decision to put Roman Reigns over the Taker. You just shouldn't do it. But anyway, let's talk about WrestleMania and let's get into the SmackDown Live results. We saw AJ Styles and Shane McMahon at the start of the show signing the contracts. You know, AJ was saying about how Shane McMahon's gone through glass, done all these risque things, but he's just signing up for a single match, which to me was quite surprising. I would have rather seen the match have more of a purpose. You know, I'd have rather seen a no DQ. If you think about AJ Styles attacking Shane McMahon, so it would make sense to have a no DQ match, because there's a few things they could do with that. Now, there's been a lot of rumours about AJ Styles going to Raw. So this is how they could have played it out. AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. No DQ match. They're at each other. They keep going back and forth all the way through. The club comes out and helps AJ, leaving Shane McMahon in a pool of blood. Now, that's will be the sign of AJ going to Raw, but also it puts the club back together, and it's a way AJ can say, fuck SmackDown. You know, it's a way, it's more of a better storytelling for me. It would have been more, giving it that more of an oomph, but at the minute, I'm not really... I'm going to watch that WrestleMania match because I want to see AJ Styles. Not because I want to see him take on Shane McMahon, but it's just AJ Styles. You know, I'm a fan. I like AJ's ring work. But yeah, it was a good promo. They both signed their contracts. But that was about it. It's just a normal contract signing. We saw Becky Lynch taking on Carmella, which ended in a no contest. We saw Alexa Bliss and Mickie James getting involved, which turned the match to Alexa Bliss and Carmella taking on Becky Lynch and Mickie James. You know, all of the lead up to the women's match. Referee was distracted. James Ellsworth tripped up Lynch, allowing Carmella to get the victory. After that happened, we saw Natalya come down. And then, surprisingly, we saw Naomi coming down. I didn't think Naomi was going to be fit for this, but now she is. I've got a feeling at WrestleMania it will be Naomi getting the victory. Now, people have said we're going to see special women entering this. I don't think so now. Being a kickoff show, I don't believe there's going to be any special entrances. If it was on the main show, I could have seen surprises. I could have seen, you know, women wrestlers turning up. You know, announcing they've signed to SmackDown. You know, and coming into this match. They could have even had a few women legends in it. They could have made it more of that spectacle. Like, oh my God, she's in the match, or this. Do you know what I mean? It would have given it more. But because it's on the kickoff show, I don't believe we're going to have anything special. I think it's just going to be there just to the sake of being there. We saw Miz TV does another skit about John Cena. And at the end, you saw the Miz taking off the John Cena stuff, saying he's coming from John Cena and everything else. Miz at the minute is giving the best promos I've ever seen. I'd be quite happy for the Miz to eventually become WWE champion, because he is so much better than what he used to be. His ring work's good. His mic work's been brilliant. I'm not going to say too much about the promo battle because I want people to go and watch it, of course. But you did see John Cena and Nikki probably sort of the better on that side. I think John Cena's promo was actually really good. After that, we had Mojo Rawley, Heath Slater, Rhino and American Alpha taking on Dolph Ziggler, Breezango, and the Usos. Basically, the winner of the match would be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. So, going from this, we've got no Dolph Ziggler and no Usos at WrestleMania. Now, I said last SmackDown show that the Usos and American Alpha match was amazing. And I said it was a WrestleMania match worthy. So why the hell is that not on the cards? It annoys me. It really annoys me. I'm actually just going to quickly load up the WrestleMania card because I want to do it on the WWE site because I don't want to see people's predictions. There we go. Match list. Just give me a second, guys. There we go. I did think that Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton wasn't going to be the main event, but from what I've seen here, it is still the main event, which it should be because Randy Orton won WrestleMania. There is no SmackDown Tag Team title match. And I'm sorry, but I think a SmackDown Tag Team title match will be better than the Raw Tag Team match. You know, people are going to disagree with me. I think John Cena and the Miz match could be on the kickoff. Because I just don't... Be a good match, but... Come on, this is WrestleMania. I want more oomph in WrestleMania. Like I said, you know, I said about the SmackDown Women's match should be in the main show, and so should the Cruiserweight match. Andre Giant Memorial Battle Royal, yes, I totally agree with that being the kickoff show, but I think Samoa Joe needs to be on this card somewhere. I'm looking at now of the way they could have moved this around, but there isn't much really manoeuvre on the way they've done everything, but it just grinds my gears, to be honest. I think they've disappointed us this WrestleMania. After that, we've seen Bray Wyatt taking on Luke Harper, where we saw Bray Wyatt getting the victory, and then we saw Randy Orton sticking the crucifix into the dirt and says it's through the soul of Sister Abigail, making a bold statement. It was a good SmackDown show. There's no matches that I got boring. No one really got lost in the sauce. I did think having the tag match was a bit like, okay. But it was still better than what Raw did. I'd just love to know who actually decides who gets more. Because I personally believe that the WrestleMania should be even between SmackDown and Raw. You know, Finn Balor is fit, but there's no match for him. No match for Samoa Joe. It's annoying and it's frustrating. But for me, actually looking at the WrestleMania card properly, the only match that I'm really excited about is Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Seth Rollins, Triple H. And that's probably it for the main show. And then the pre-show, the women's match and the Cruiserweight match. That's the matches I'm only excited about. Yeah, Shane and AJ Styles, sort of, because it's AJ Styles. But yeah, that's it. But there's not really many stipulations. I think the Chris Jericho Kevin Owens match should be a hardcore match. It feels very PG era. It really has the PG era feel about WrestleMania. I'm sorry to disappoint people, but I think it's going to be one of the worst. This is why I'm worried. As a WWE fan, I'm worried. I just think, if it is Vince McMahon that's doing all this, Vince, please retire. Let Triple H take over, please. Oh. But on that sorry note, there might be a short video tomorrow because I'll be picking up my brown bag special, what I ordered from Shop Impact. Not Shop TNA anymore, Shop Impact. And we'll be doing a video on Facebook of basically open it, show you what I got. There's no date where I'm doing the WrestleMania review, but the WrestleMania predictions will be on Sunday, 8 PM. Because of TNA review, I've got to try and find the right slot for the WrestleMania show, because it won't be after the Impact one because I'll be too tired. But probably sometime before, but I'll let you know when I've actually got a definite date, and keep an eye on the Twitter, which is at SlamDown Live. So, big thanks for everybody watching. This has been me, your host, Ashley Friend, and we'll see you again on Sunday with WrestleMania predictions.